Hello folks, welcome to Canal Channel Jose. Today we're going to show you, give you an idea how to replace the front link kits on a 2007 to 2014 Toyota FJ Cruiser or in a 2003 to 2021 Toyota 4Runner. This is for the 4x4 or two-wheel drive, and this is for the front sway bar link kits. This also applies for the 2004 to 2020 Lexus GX 470, and this is for the front sway bar link kits. And with that said, let's jump right into it. So we sat our truck on a jack stand on the passenger side and on the driver's side as well. And the reason being for that is because this is the link kit that we're going to be taking off. So the sway bar, you don't want to send pressure from one side to another that you have off. You want to set it on jack stands. That way the whole suspension is relaxed and there's no tension. And we have to remove this guy and the other one on the other side. And to do that, we have to remove this 70 millimeter nut here and that one right there. And you can use a Allen wrench to hold that bolt, or you can grab it from right here to hold it so it doesn't spin on you to take out this top and bottom nut. So with that, we're going to show you the components that we're going to put in. So here we have one of the link kits. This is the part number is K90677. This is the left side, the driver's side. Comes with a brand new nut. And this is the passenger side, K90683. And they got sides, left and right, so you cannot just buy one and it'll fit on the other side. So this one is, these ones are made by Moog, and we're going to be using our 6 millimeter Allen wrench to hold the old one that is in the truck so it doesn't spin while we take off the nut, and to put this one on. And we're going to be using a 17 millimeter wrench to take off the old nuts, and hopefully these ones are 17 as well. So we're going to start taking off the driver's side, and this is facing backwards. So we're going to add some WD-40 here and the inner part so we can make the job easier. Here's the driver's side link kit. So this one is going to end up like this. So the bottom piece is going to be pointing inwards. So the sway bar is going to be in the inner part, and then this guy is going to from the outside in. And on the top, this guy is going to go from the front to the back through the spindle, and that's how it's going to end up. When you order your link kits, they have passenger and driver side. And one more thing about it is that this longer piece goes into the spindle and the shorter piece goes into the sway bar. So when you put it on, it's going to end up this guy into the spindle sway bar, and they have sides, driver and passenger side. So they're different, and they got upper and lower piece, just to make sure about that. So now let's take out the old ones and install it with the new ones. So now we're going to be using our wrench, close end ratchet wrench, 70 millimeter, and hopefully we don't need to use the Allen wrench in the middle to hold the bolt from spinning, because sometimes with the lubrication it makes the job easier. So we loosen it and take it off. So now the longer piece of it, or the longer stud, it goes into the spindle, shorter goes into the sway bar. So we will put the upper one first because it's more distance to travel than the lower one. It'll be easier to put the lower one after we put the upper piece. So now once you get to a point where that nut is just starting to tightening, the stud and the link kit is going to start spinning on this side as well. You don't want that. So we're going to put the 6 millimeter Allen wrench from the other side to hold the stud from spinning, or you can grab it with pliers right here. But the first option is to put the Allen wrench so it doesn't spin, as you can see. So once it makes friction, then you can finally tighten this, because this is not going to spin because it's doing friction against this spindle. So now we just tighten it completely. Now we're tightening in the part that goes into the sway bar. Now we have tightening in the upper nut and lower nut. So we do now then the passenger side as well. So now that we have loosened up the passenger side as well, top and bottom nut, we can take it off completely. So now to take off the bottom one, you just pull it outwards and it comes out. And the upper one, you just pull it forward and it should come out. Here we have the new one and the used one. The old one is worn out. The new one is pretty solid. And plus the boots are torn and the old ones and the new ones are complete. So now we're replacing it with a brand new Moog brand. So we install this passenger side. So it was pretty easy to go in, and especially for the first one that you put in on the top, I would put the top one first, and then the bottom into the sway bar. And this one is gonna be a little bit harder, just by a bit, but because you're gonna have this one is controlling the angle that everything's at now. So then when you put this one in, present the nut in the front, in the back, and then you can slide this one in by guiding it and put the nut on it, and then we tighten it. There it is, passenger side link kit replaced. New one in there, tightening it. There's the old one, the two nuts. We use a 6mm Allen wrench and a 17mm wrench to take off and put the new one in. And there it is, the new one in the driver's side, tightening it as well. And here's the old one. Well, folks, hopefully this video was useful and helpful how to replace the link kits on a 2007 to 2014 Toyota FJ Cruiser 4x4 or two-wheel drive front sway bar, and a 2003 to 2021 Toyota 4Runner as well, or a 2004-2020 Lexus GX 470. And this is pretty simple. All the tools that you need is a 17mm wrench, a 6mm Allen wrench, and you need the left and right link kit for this vehicle because they have left and right. And the brand that we're using is Moog, because it's one of the most known brands out there. And pretty simple, just lift your truck, set it on jack stands on both sides, take off both sides wheels, and then that way the suspension is relaxed and there's no tension. We send from one side to another because one tire is in the ground. That way you don't injure yourself as well, and the job is easier. So with that said, for friends who are watching the video, haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. If you like a video, give us thumbs up, share it, and we'll see you soon with more videos here in the canal. El Chano Jose.